T-Bone and Heather in the morning on Star 98.3 and 97.7 The Bay.
12 minutes after 7 o'clock, 7:12. I'm telling you, you got to work on your...
My signaling?
It's very... Zig Heil.
Problematic.
It's a little problematic. Thank you, John.
Threw my hand up.
Yeah,
that's all.
That's what they all say.
That's what they all say.
Here's Johnny.
Yay!
Just following orders.
Right.
So Nuremberg's doing well this year in the movie theaters.
That's right. It was a good
It
movie.
was a good movie, and Russell Crowe is great.
Well, I mean, I think we talked about the week it came out that he kind of goes into this cocoon of bad movies, and then he comes out like every 5 or 6 years to say, "Hey guys, remember I'm an amazing actor. Check me out."
He's so good.
And
in
usually
Nuremberg.
comes along with gaining about 50 pounds, and then
Right.
he disappears and does a bunch of crappy movies. Then he's back.
13 minutes after 7 o'clock, 7:13. The Oscars are around the corner. They announced the nominees and all that kind of stuff. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But what's happening at theaters this week?
Well, we have plenty of time to talk about the Oscar nominations because
Okay.
not a whole
Okay.
lot.
All right.
I mean, the
Tell
big
me
thing
about Mercy.
The big thing is Mercy, Chris Pratt's movie, and Chris Pratt, obviously one of the biggest movie stars on the planet, really has had a lot of a lot of streaming movies come out recently.
Right.
He's had the Tomorrow event or something?
Yeah, Tomorrow War. Something.
But that Electric State was horrible.
It was okay. I mean, it wasn't horrible.
It was
I didn't think,
horrible,
but it was
John.
watchable. But it wasn't good. Electric State on Netflix. Well, so now he's got Mercy, which is. I mean, part of the problem with it is the trouble I'm having explaining the plot to you. It's Minority Report-ish.
That's the vibe I got when I saw the previews. I was like, oh, that's sort of like Minority Report.
Yeah, it's
but
like where
not.
there's an AI that puts things together and finds out who killed somebody and helps the police. But, he's the cop that championed this AI in the beginning, and now it's saying that he murdered
there
his wife.
you go.
Oh.
That is Minority Report.
The only difference is that instead of 3 precogs
That's what it was.
yeah, mind readers, you have an AI.
Okay.
basically the same thing.
Minority Report was a good movie.
It was. This one isn't as much. So
Okay.
Okay.
Chris Pratt is, he's always likable. He's always
Likeable
fun.
guy.
He brings funny moments to it. It is just too Minority Report-ish without the cool stuff. I mean, when Minority Report came out, the reason it was so cool is, cops with jump packs and telepaths, solving crime. It was all something we hadn't seen before. And it looked like a Steven Spielberg movie. It had that kind of desaturated look. It felt sci-fi.
Right.
But this, and I don't know if you guys have noticed a lot of movies, they've changed how they shoot movies. They shoot movies for streaming now, so it's brighter. And it's more like the look of a major action blockbuster will be closer to Friends than it will be to something like Con Air nowadays.
Really?
And the reason is that streaming and the compression rates, if you want to get all technical into it, streaming don't play well with dark and shadows. So most movies are lit much more than they need to be nowadays. And when I first heard people complain about this, I was like, that's dumb. Nobody's going to notice that or care about it. I was wrong. Because you see movies like this and it's just brightly lit. It's like a sitcom lighting. It looks like a sitcom all the way through. There's action scenes you do get into it. I'm not going to lie, but it's just if you look back on your experience with it, you realize something's missing.
The
And
richness.
the richness of it, the otherworldliness of it as well.
Right.
Okay. All right. What else do we have coming out in the theaters?
Return to Silent Hill is out too. It's not a good weekend for movies.
Okay.
I'll be honest. And January is the dumping month. I think we've already seen the good movies that are going to come out this month. Return to Silent Hill is a sequel to a video game adaptation from a lot of years back, actually, at this point. Released with very little fanfare, nobody you would recognize in the cast, and it's just, it really feels like not even a Netflix movie, like a Shudder movie. One of those second-tier streaming platforms. So,
I gotcha.
Yeah, probably a good weekend to catch up on something you see at home. Now, the one thing I do want to recommend everybody watch is on HBO Max. There's Mel Brooks, The 99-Year-Old Man.
Okay.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but Mel Brooks is a part of my core. I grew up on Spaceballs and Robin Hood Men in Tights.
I watched every Mel Brooks movie.
Yeah, and the man's 99 years old, and he is just a testament to aging. he looks older, but he is sharp as he ever was.
Okay.
And, as far as old Hollywood remnants, he might be one of the last, sharp ones out there.
All of his friends are dead.
Yeah, but this HBO Max docuseries kind of takes you in the day of the life of Mel Brooks and kind of goes into his life and into his life. And if there's one thing HBO does well, it's a docuseries.
Yeah, they do.
And a docuseries on one of my favorite people, not even in movies, but favorite people in history, I'm in for it. So.
Okay, so it's Mel Brooks, the 99-year-old man.
Yeah.
Okay, on HBO Max.
Yep.
We've discovered a couple things that, one we've talked about extensively, Landman. The second season just wrapped up, and it was amazing.
Angela made me make sure to ask you guys how you liked.
We loved it. I loved it.
Some crazy thing happened, I think, with Demi Moore.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was really, really
Great.
good. Looking
Great
forward
second
to
season.
Can't wait for season 3.
Just started streaming a pretty new show called Ponies on Peacock. It's pretty good. Two gals. And
70s Russia.
They like to be called gals.
Oh,
wow. 70s Russia. Their husbands work for the CIA.
Right.
So they're over there in Russia.
Oh,
they're
I've
in
seen the
Moscow.
trailer for this, yeah.
Yeah. The husbands get killed,
Mm-hmm.
and they find themselves thrusted into the world of the CIA.
Right.
They're just housewives.
Right.
And they're in Russia. They're in Moscow, now working for the CIA.
Right. Very
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it's very entertaining.
The
And
chick
apparently
from
that-
Games of Thrones is one
Yes, she is.
Amelia
And-
Clarke?
Yes,
Yeah, that's her.
Amelia Clarke. Exactly
Apparently
right.
that was like I don't want to say a thing, but it was a thing that happened. Like I've read too many books and seen too many shows about spouses of CIA operatives in Russia being a part of the game. Like if you went over to Russia in the 70s and 80s during the Cold War with the CIA, it didn't matter if you were attached to somebody or that somebody, you were going to be working for that group.
There was a great line in the last episode we watched. I think about episode 2 or something. And the girl from Game of Thrones says to the CIA director there, she says, "Well, what if they just kill me?" And he goes, "Well, the Russian understand that we play by Russian rules. If they kill you, we're going to kill their wife."
Right.
So
We're going to
they
go after them.
understand that if that's the back and forth.
Yeah.
They know who you are, and if they kill you, we will absolutely kill their wives.
Right.
Yeah,
So
that's something
she's
I heard
like,
too. It was like it wasn't
okay.
rising above or being the honorable man. It was
No.
play dirty, we'll play dirty.
Exactly.
Which you
it's
have to
exactly
do.
right.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And there's a few other things that are out. I'm rewatching Southland. I absolutely love that series.
That was a good series.
That series
Yeah,
is
I think Netflix is acquiring of a bunch of different places.
They
is
are.
bringing a lot of shows like that into the light. And there's something, like, in a sense, it kind of stinks because Southland was a show that came out on Fox, I think, like a decade ago, right?
Right, yeah, a
And
long time
it
ago.
was beloved by, it was like a Firefly, like beloved
Yeah.
by a small group of people, but, didn't get many seasons. And it's always bittersweet to see that happen because you're like, oh, good, that little underdog did right. It did well. It did what it was supposed to do. But at the same time, it's like, well, the point of the show is to go as long as it can, and everybody's just liking it now, so now it can't get another
Yeah.
season. So it's
Right.
kind of bittersweet in that way.
It's
but
so good. The Southland is really excellent.
And of course, The Pit is back on, which is it's good, man. The Pit is good.
It really is.
It really is
I was
good.
just reading the other day about all the lawsuits the state of Michael Crichton put on them. I didn't realize. I mean, I knew obviously it was similar to ER.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize it was intended to be a sequel, and they just changed it from Chicago.
Oh,
to
really? Is that
Pennsylvania.
it?
Oh,
So now lawyers
really?
are involved.
I mean, that's what Michael Crichton's estate is saying, but I mean, really, if you start to look at it, it's got the same writers, it's got
Yeah.
the same lead actor.
Yeah.
It's in an emergency room. It's not even like it's
Yeah.
OBGYN or something like that. I don't
Right,
know if
right,
you'd want that
right.
on TV, but
Right.
it's very, very, very similar. I guess
Okay.
it was almost like a Sting Vanilla Ice type difference that
Yeah.
they let it happen. So
Okay.
right, well,
and then, of course, the Oscars are
The
out.
Oscars are out.
Sinners with the most nominations of all time.
Okay.
What do you think about that, John?
I think that every year we prove more and more that the Oscars is the prom queen and king.
Yeah.
King and queen, excuse me. It's a popularity contest. Was Sinners an amazing movie? Yes. Do some of the sequences in it, particularly the dance through the history of African American music and the arrival of the vampires at the bar where they're doing the Irish jig. Those deserve Oscars and all the awards. But when you get into this thing where it's like a landslide, it's like, well, just throw the other ones at him. Throw hairstyling and throw background.
Yeah, the fact that it has more Oscar nominations than any movie, and I said it before, I liked Sinners. I actually watched it twice, and now Heather's mom wants to see it, so I'm happy to watch it again. It's a very good movie. It's not a great movie, and it's not. They're making it like the benchmark now that all movies will be measured against.
Yeah, well,
it's not that.
And to be fair, it's always kind of been like that because I remember growing up being such a fan of movies. When I was in college, I wanted to be sophisticated. So
Sure.
I have to watch Orson Welles' movie, Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane, right?
And
Rosebud.
I was like, I got about halfway through. I was like, apparently I don't like movies because this is the most boring.
And it was boring.
Unending, out there thing I've ever seen, and it's always kind of been like that. And I think there's a couple different reasons that critics at large and Hollywood at large start to like them. Number one, does it make the viewer look and feel smart, like an Inception?
They want to be at the cool kids table.
If they want to be at the cool kids table just because they're smart, that's one reason why. Number two is cultural change. Is it something that supports cultural change or highlights some aspect of minority culture? They'll be all aboard. And then there's the classics. So Martin Scorsese, George Lucas, all these guys are always going to get awards.
Sure.
And it's Meryl Streep. If she has in a movie, she's going to get an award.
Right.
And those are like the three tiers that they actually choose from. I mean, Sinners was a great, amazing movie, but did you leave it thinking, I am never going to see something better this year? Because if something wins 16 Oscars and the Oscars stand for anything, that should be a movie that you're thinking about for the next 48 hours straight. It blows your mind. You want to talk to all your friends about it, and I just don't think it was there.
Sinners checked all the boxes for me when I watched it. I liked the movie. I said to myself immediately, which is my benchmark.
Michael B. Jordan was amazing.
Yeah,
he's great.
He's great.
I said
subtle changes between two. I mean, that is one thing I will say is overlooked. Playing twins and having them as two distinct characters in a movie, especially when most of the time they're standing next to each other. I mean, that's amazing.
It was, and he did a great job on it.
Yeah, Tom Hardy did something similar with the Cray Brothers movie.
That was really good.
And I do want to give credit where credit's due. I mean, he deserves award nominations for his performance.
I just when I heard that they're most Oscar nominations ever in ever in all movies ever.
Yeah.
And it's like, let's don't overkill.
They want to stand at a table with Ryan Coogler and say, "We get you, Ryan.
Yeah,
we
that's
get
right.
you, buddy." Meanwhile, Wicked got nothing.
No,
Not a
total
single
snubbed.
one. Right.
Totally snubbed.
Which, how does that not even get? Like, I don't disagree. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Wicked movies, but I love the stage play. But I wasn't the biggest fan of the movies. But how does that not even get like set decoration nominations or
some
something
kind
like
of
that?
visual thing?
Right.
Visually, it was
Let's
cool.
be fair. They built this amazing visual place. Maybe because it's repetitive. But what are you supposed to change it? But anyway.
You know what Wicked needed? Vampires.
You know what Wicked needed was a buffet because all those poor women just
They're
fell
getting a
down
little
the
thin.
bones.
Get a little thin.
Oh
Yeah.
my God! Not to draw us out here, but I always forget her name. The one that
Ariana
plays,
Grande?
No, the one that plays Elphaba. She usually has like a bald head, and she's gotten so skinny. Like there's shots of her on stage. I kid you not, I thought it was a Nosferatu production at first. Because she's walking through and she has her hands up in these claw-like manners.
They did have a vampire.
They're super long with their nails, and she's so skinny and bony. It is the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
Well, maybe that's her next role.
The way she covets Ariana Grande, like,
Yeah.
you know?